What are the advantages of taking an NLP practitioner course?
Well, the advantages is neurolinguistic programming, unlike most other disciplines, is learning about thinking on purpose and the structure of how people think versus remember. That most of the time when people say I'm thinking, they're actually remembering. They see certain things and they feel the same way and they keep repeating that process. And when people say I don't have enough confidence about something, you can always say, are you certain? And they always say yes. So the fact is they have certainty and uncertainty. It's only a question of when. When people, tasks you learn in school to become a good speller, if you make big letters in your head and copy them down, you'll be a good speller. You try to do it phonetically, you won't be. The process by which spelling is done, the process by which people get over fears, the process by which these things have occurred, have been what we have extracted over the years. And in a prac course, the job is to teach people the formulas we have that work. So for 7 days, people are inundated in a new way of thinking about thinking and skills that accomplish certain tasks.
Right.
And the tip of the iceberg, really, because it's kindergarten, is that it shows you the direction about how to figure out the rest of this. Now, a lot of that is in the Master Prac course, but I've seen people who have taken courses where they spent 6 months working on the meta model, and that's counterproductive. You need to learn these things fast because that's how the brain learns. You take a deck of cards, you draw stick figures on it, you flip through it, the stick figure gets up and dances. I hand you one a week for 5 years, you'll have no idea what they do. There are some things you can learn quickly and some you learn slowly. The brain identifies by patterning, so we teach courses where we run these patterns by fast, both consciously and unconsciously, to install them in people so that they can then go back and practice over the weeks and months ahead, and hopefully come back and get another level of that. To me, I think that's the proper kind of training. One step further, I think I've trained the best people to do that over the years. And if you go to somebody I trained 30 years ago, then they're not going to be as good as somebody I trained last year, because I know more now than I did then. I know more about how to do it. And that's why trainers have to be recertified every 2 years. I want to know people say in the state of the art. And if you want the best person with the best training, that's the best representation of what I'm doing, then you get the people that are licensed, certified training. And then the date is current. That's how you do it. And that's my guarantee to you. Now, if somebody else just went out and got a printer and ran through and made themselves a trainer, and it'll say trainer of NLP, I'm afraid that doesn't mean they know anything. And if somebody else gave them a certificate that said they were a trainer, the word that pops into my mind is refund, because how can you take things out of my books and go and teach people without my permission? I put books out in the past 5 years, and people are teaching things that are in that book without my permission. I can't release them all, but certainly you should say to yourself, if they'll steal from Richard, they might steal from me. It's a question of ethics. And there's no reason for people to do anything other than get certified training. You'll get the certificate you deserve, and I sign every single certificate by every single practitioner and every single master practitioner with a pen in ink. And if you're looking at one and it looks photostat, it's not. I sign with ink on every single certificate. And believe me, it's tedious, but I do it because I want to see who you are, memorize your name, and know these are the people that I've trained. And, if you go to a dentist, you should always get the best dentist you can get, or a surgeon. You should find out that their patients have lived. You should find out the students of the people you're going to learn from and make sure that they're happy. And that's not even enough. You should make sure that they're being taught by somebody that knows what they're doing.